Hello, welcome to the Hashtag Makers Creative Collab, hosted by the amazing pmartiststudio, Patricia Carmichael and Mariah Rushing. I'm Christy Hartman, and I'm delighted you decided to join me on this video hop. The link will be available at the end of my video for you to hop on to the next video in the list. The array of talent that is showcased in this hop is going to knock your socks off. November's theme is hashtag Nearing Needlework. This month I had lots and lots of ideas for this theme, but kept coming back to the idea of a patchwork quilt, where each block was similar but slightly different using scraps of material that the quilt makers had on hand. I didn't want to make a quilt, but I did want to use my leftover gel prints that for one reason or another were relegated to my save for later stash. All of these are done with prints that I wasn't thrilled with for one reason or another on their own. But once I paired them with the coordinating paper for the sunflower, they took on a life of their own. Like a patchwork quilt, some of these are similar, some are very different. The uniting theme of this patchwork quilt is the sunflowers. Each quilt block is completed on a 4x4 inch canvas. They're designed to work together as a unit. As you can see, I have them all together right here. Or they could each one stand alone as its own individual little work of art. On many of them, I've added decorative borders so that if you were to stand them up somewhere, it would be a standalone piece of art. Or when I put them all together, they make this nice little arrangement, just like a patchwork quilt. I first of all started by painting each one of these canvases, and there's 9 canvases all together here. Here's the blue one. This blue one has kind of an interesting edge to it, and then I stenciled around the edges on this one. This one has that same decorative edge to it and is painted just a basic purple. These 3 in the center are all black, just like this one. And this, by the way, is a stencil from pmartiststudio. A lot of these are botanical prints, like this one, which on its own I didn't care for, but when I put it with this red for the sunflower, I really liked it. Same thing with this one. This botanical print was not something that I was in love with, but once I added the sunflower to it, I thought it took on a life of its own. I added line work to each one of these. You can see that. Let me pull this one up. You can see the line work inside the sunflower itself, and there's some line work on the outside of it. The line work is designed to look like free motion quilting. So I really enjoyed this project. I think that as a cohesive unit, I think it really works well together. And I like the colors that I used for each of the different canvases. But you have the borders in between. You get the impression of that without actually having to make a quilt. So if you decide to do a canvas quilt like this, you could use any size canvas block that you wanted. These are 4x4, 5x5 would have worked. You could even go larger and make them that way. So thank you for joining me. Remember to give me a thumbs up and leave me a nice comment. I always love to hear from you. Join my channel as a subscriber, and remember to stay tuned for the end screen, which will take you to the next video. And I will see you next month. Thank you for joining hashtag Makers Creative Collab.